Every now and then, a car that defies every rule is born after the other. The pilot become one.
There's nothing worse than turning on the AC during a hot day only to have the air come out hot. But when you have a faulty AC condenser, that's precisely what can happen. In this comprehensive guide, we'll walk you through some of the most common problems associated with a faulty AC condenser before diving into typical repair costs. We'll walk you through everything you need to know about this critical component to have your air blowing cold in no time. Let's begin with a quick look at the signs. Today on Trinix Auto Fix. Symptoms of a bad AC condenser. The most common symptom of a bad AC condenser is hot air blowing from the air conditioning system. You may also smell a burning smell coming through the vents. If you inspect the AC condenser, you can sometimes see a refrigerant leak also. Here is a more detailed list of the signs of a bad or failing AC condenser to look for. 1. The air does not blow cold. If there's any kind of problem with your vehicle's AC system, the air will not come out as cold as it should. That logic holds true if the condenser is the problem too. While there are plenty of issues that can lead to an AC system that doesn't blow cold, a faulty condenser is definitely one of them. It's also often the first clue that uses why. 2. Leaking refrigerant. One of the most common problems that an AC condenser can have is leaks. While many people know what to look for with regular fluid leaks, refrigerant leaks can be a bit trickier to spot. For starters, refrigerant is green, and it usually escapes in a gas form, but around the condenser, it can come out as either a gas or a liquid depending on the leak's location. Keep an eye around your condenser. If you have any green fluid, then your vehicle has a leak. Moreover, once you've filled up your refrigerant, it should stick around for a while. So, if you check the refrigerant levels, you'll need a pressure gauge with an adapter, and it's low soon after, your vehicle has a leak somewhere. 3. Burning smell coming through the vents. If you're cranking up the air conditioning even though it's not working correctly, there can be some nasty side effects. One of the most common is that the AC components start to overheat. This overheating can get so bad that the plastic and other components begin to melt. The burning smell that you experience coming through your vents is AC components burning. Keep the AC off until you make repairs. Otherwise, you're causing more damage and risking your vehicle catching on fire. 4. Dashboard warning lights. Most vehicles don't have any dashboard warning lights for AC problems, but some newer ones do. If your vehicle has an AC light and it's on, that's a good indication that something's wrong with your AC system, and the condenser very well could be the problem. 5. An overheating engine while idling. This is another rare problem, but it does happen. When the condenser stops working correctly, it can very quickly heat up to extreme temperatures. While these high temperatures can lead to different components melting or getting damaged, and they can also lead to your vehicle overheating. This typically only happens when you've been idling for a while. Otherwise, the air passing over the engine as you drive is enough to keep the engine from overheating. The condenser's fins can also be so clogged, so the radiator behind the condenser will get a lack cooling. This can happen if you have a pretty old car, but it is also very rare. AC condenser function. While the AC system itself is a bit complicated, the condenser acts as a heat exchanger to cool down the refrigerant and change it from a vapor into a liquid. Your vehicle's AC system is an impressive collection of devices that continually change the refrigerant's temperature and pressure. While we're not going to dive into the entire AC system here, just know that it's an integral part of the process. Furthermore, know that the refrigerant has to pass through the fins. Damage to these fins or internal clogs is among the most common problems to a condenser. Making matters worse, if your AC condenser is clogged, you need to determine how the external contaminants got into your system so it doesn't happen again. Finally, leaks are common around the AC condenser location. Your vehicle's AC condenser is located directly in front of the radiator. This location gives it prime access to the air as you travel, and this air helps to cool down the refrigerant as you drive. While a properly functioning condenser can complete this process while idling, it does hamper its efficiency. It's also why your vehicle won't overheat even if the condenser isn't working correctly, as long as you're driving and not idling. However, while the condenser is easy to see in front of the radiator, accessing it can be a different matter. While it depends on your vehicle's setup often, the condenser is buried between the radiator and front bumper, making it almost impossible to get to without removing other components. AC condenser replacement cost. The average AC condenser replacement cost range from $450 to $650. Meanwhile, if there is a leak in the system and need more refrigerant, it can cost you another $125 to $150. These costs will vary depending on the vehicle that you drive and where you take it for repairs. When it comes to replacing components in your AC system, the condenser is more on the expensive side of things. Complicating matters further, unless you're certified in refrigerant recovery, you can't legally drain your refrigerant and replace your condenser yourself. Instead, you'll need to take it to a certified recovery center to recover your refrigerant before replacing your condenser. While it's unlikely that the government will catch you, if they do, you can face up to a $25,000 fine as a first-time offender. It's not worth the risk. However, if the refrigerant already leaked out or if you got someone to recover it for you and you have a little mechanical know-how, you can replace your condenser and save yourself a little money. That's because the part cost for a condenser is usually between $100 and $200. After you replace the AC condenser, you need to vacuum control it for 20 minutes minimum to remove all condense and check for leaks. For this, you need an AC machine. I strongly recommend you to let experts handle all AC problems for your car, due to the importance of using the right equipment. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys later. Bye for now.